Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Momentum Shift podcast. Today we're going to be talking about our All-Star draft predictions, and we're going to be doing a mock draft for the All-Star draft coming up on March 3rd. And we're also going to be talking about the landscape of the NBA season so far through 30-something games, and we're also going to be doing our NBA pick'em that we're going to continue from last episode. All right, let's make a mock draft.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna just share the spreadsheet quickly. So here it is. So NBA All-Star mock draft.
So the first four picks are gonna be starters, and then the next 7 or 8 picks are gonna be reserves. So even though you might want
So
to pick James
who's
Harden, you
who's
can't
picking
enter him.
first and who's picking second?
Wait, so do you want to be LeBron or KD?
I'm either
Actually,
man. Whoever you want to be, I'll be the opposite.
hey, we can just be Ayush and Nishan. We don't have to be LeBron and KD.
Who
They're
gets
just not
first? Who gets first pick?
up to you. But then whoever gets the first pick doesn't gets the second pick in reserves. So
Whatever you. If you want to be LeBron or KD, I don't care. Whichever.
all right, can I have the first pick? I
Okay.
guess.
So your first player is LeBron. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you want to have okay.
I mean, if you get the first pick, then you get LeBron, and then now you get to
Oh,
pick,
okay.
right?
Okay,
Because
okay.
you're team LeBron. Or,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. I'm gonna take Steph Curry.
Okay, you're taking Steph Curry. I'm gonna take Giannis.
You know, Giannis' season is going under the radar. He's averaging 29, 11, and like 7 or something.
That doesn't
I
matter. They're
guess.
losing more games, and he's
Okay.
not doing as good.
Um, I'm gonna take. This is tough. I'm gonna take Luka Doncic.
That's a bad pick because I'm taking Kawhi Leonard.
I forgot he's on the board. Okay, I gotta take Embiid then because I need some defense. Like Jokic is probably. You're probably gonna take Jokic, but then
Yep. Actually, I'm I'm not because you don't need Jokic. You have three amazing playmakers already, so I can just postpone him. So who else is a starter? Um, Kyrie Irving is there. Uh,
Beal and Irving.
and what about from the East? Who are the? Oh, you already took the East first. I'm
No,
gonna take that.
okay.
And now I know you have to take Irving. So
Now I'm gonna take Jokic.
wow. Sick. Okay.
Honestly, I feel like if I took Irving, then your team would be way too big. I mean, obviously it's just an all-star game, but like, yeah.
My team is already like I'm in a good place to guard your
No,
guys.
you have those like lengthy
Exactly.
defenders.
I
Like,
put Durant on Jokic because he's not as strong. Giannis is really strong, and although Embiid is probably stronger, like, I think he's faster, so he makes up for it. And LeBron and Kawhi sort of neutralize. Actually, you have too much playmaking though.
I mean, you can't go wrong with like too much.
He's
It's not like a team where like it's a season, you know, it's just like an all-star game. So
so I get the
it'll be
first
like,
All Stars. We have the bench, and I don't even know who the bench guys are.
okay,
So I cannot take Anthony Davis first.
he got replaced by Devin Booker, so he's not in the all-star game anymore.
Yeah. Anthony Davis would have been my first pick in the starters, so he'd definitely be the first pick in the bench. But um,
Really, even for an all-star game, you're taking over Curry?
easy. He's probably the second best player in the league. You can easily say he's the best.
I don't know. I feel like he's for sure top 5, but I don't know if he's better Curry than Curry in my opinion. But
He's
maybe it's just
second
me.
best. He's second best. If you make the argument that he is the best, then I'll have no objection whatsoever to. So
I was just saying, I feel like there's no argument that Anthony Davis is better than LeBron, but it's just my opinion.
I mean,
All right, who are you gonna?
yeah,
Wait, who
okay.
are you gonna?
I don't know who the reserves are.
So I'll just give you the best reserves. James Harden, Damian Lillard, um, who Tatum, Paul George. Those are like the four best reserves.
I'm gonna let Paul George there.
I'll take Harden.
Okay, I'm gonna take Jason Tatum.
Okay. I'm gonna take. Okay, I'm gonna take Jalen Brown.
Is he an all-star?
Yeah, I have a list of all stars. So, um,
Okay, so I'm gonna take Damian Lillard.
nice. Dang, you actually being okay. Um, who did I take in this pick? I'm gonna take Ben Simmons.
Oh, that should have been my first pick. Yeah, I forgot he was an all-star. Okay, I'm gonna take Julius Randle.
Dang. All right, I'm gonna take Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, that means there's how many guys are left? There are a few guys left.
1, 2,
Who's left?
2.
Who's left?
Vucevic and Zion.
Oh, that's easy. Sorry.
Oh,
Wasn't that guy an all-star? No, no, no. That guy's also an all-star. Rudy Gobert.
oh yeah, Gobert and Booker actually as well.
Okay, so
So
then
I
I guess
take that.
yeah, I'm still taking that.
All right, I'm gonna take Gobert.
That's a horrible pick.
I need the defense.
You already have Ben Simmons and Jalen Brown, two defensive player of the year candidates.
I know, but if you're building that lineup with Jason Tatum and um Zion, I don't want you to take Rudy
And
Gobert
just
because then
make Rudy Gobert completely and utterly useless. Let's take
Vucevic,
Donovan Mitchell. Wait, no, 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 not Mitchell. What was his name?
Booker.
Wait, Chris Paul was an all-star as well.
Wait, I'm so confused. Who are we forgetting?
Can you pull up a list of the
Oh,
all-stars?
Zach. Okay, Zach Levine, Chris Paul as well.
Are you sure there's not? I think there was a
Okay,
13 man line.
yeah, let me read you the whole thing. Jalen Brown, Devin Booker, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, James Harden, Zach Levine, Lillard, Mitchell, Paul, Randall, Simmons, Tatum, Vucevic, Zion. So
Chris Paul wasn't there?
I said Chris Paul. So you
Okay.
have the option. Do you still
Okay.
want to take Devin Booker?
Who else? There's Zach Levine also.
Yeah.
No, Booker.
All right. I'm gonna take Zach Levine.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to take Chris Paul.
I'll take Vucevic.
Okay. I had no business taking a center because if I take the Magic guy, he Gobert has value. I don't understand who he's gonna guard. He's too small.
I'll put
He's
Gobert in the
too
middle.
he's too slow for Randall and Williamson, and he's also too slow for Tatum and Jordan.
Zion isn't actually that fast. He just bullies people in the paint. So I
Yeah,
think he could be,
he's like Giannis.
but not really because Giannis is able to ball handle. Zion's more of just like a guy that gets the ball. His post game's a lot better than Giannis, but Giannis is a lot better
I mean,
as
of
an
course
ISO.
Giannis is better. He's an MVP for a
No, no,
reason.
no, but I'm saying
So
no, but I'm saying Zion's better in the post. Like if you give the ball to Zion down low, he has those types of move, but Giannis like drives and dunks and stuff. That's like what he does. He just overpowers his defender or something.
I mean, so does Zion.
Do you want to make any trades?
Okay, so the trades I guess would have to, we can't trade picks or anything like that. So the trades have to be like 2 players for 2 players. So I'll give you Chris Paul and Julius Randle for Zach LaVine and Ben Simmons.
No, I don't really. I think Julius Randle's the worst player out of all these players. So
Okay, then I'll
I
give I'll give you Zion instead.
no, I'm good. I
I'll
I
give
don't
you
need
Paul
more.
George. He was technically the best player in the whole reserves.
Isn't Harden?
No, he was the best. Look, I picked him first overall, meaning he's the best.
But like
Think
I
about it.
I believe that Harden's better
That
than.
means think about it. Is the worst player here Vucevic? Yes, because you picked him last, right? So
No,
he,
but if Julius Randle, if you didn't pick Julius Randle, I wouldn't have picked him as the last pick. But I don't know. Actually, I'm good. I don't really think I want to make any trades.
okay,
Do you want to do another All Star
I'll
draft?
give you Kyrie Irving and Kawhi Leonard. No, I'll give you Kawhi, Bradley Beal, and Kyrie Irving for Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, and Jokic.
No, I'm good. Donovan Mitchell's. I think Donovan Mitchell's better than Bradley Beal. So
Then I'll take Zach LaVine instead of Bradley Beal. I mean Zach LaVine instead of
wait. Can you revert? Can you say the trade again?
Okay, so Bradley Beal. Oh, shit,
Yeah.
I'll give you Bradley Beal, Kyrie Irving, and Kawhi Leonard. These 3 guys for LeBron, Jokic, and Zach LaVine.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, actually, I realized LeBron is probably too much for you, and it wouldn't make
Even
sense to take
Jokic.
your captain. It wouldn't make sense to take your captain, so I'll take Ben
Okay.
Simmons instead of LeBron.
Wait. So Simmons, Jokic, and Levine
Yeah.
for
Or
Kawhi,
who are
Bradley
your
Beal, and
worst players?
Kyrie.
If you don't want Levine, I'll take your worst player.
You want Vucevic?
Actually, no, no, right. Levine it is.
Uh. Wait. So
These
Levine,
3 guys,
Jokic,
yeah, these 3 guys, 3, 4, and 5 for me for Jokic, Simmons, and Levine.
Jokic, Simmons, and Levine. No, actually, I'm good because I don't want to give up my size for Kyrie.
I'm the person with the bigger team, right?
Not really, because like I have a lot of big men. You only have like you have a bunch of lengthy, like versatile, like
Like,
small forwards and
he's
power forwards.
6'11", 6'10", or something really tall. This guy is taller. Giannis is 7 feet, the same height as Embiid. Kawhi
Isn't
Leonard is really
Giannis
big. What?
isn't Giannis 6'11"?
It's the same thing.
Isn't Embiid like 7'1" or 7'2" though?
It's the same thing.
It's like 2 or 3 inches. It's actually
It's the
a good
same
amount
thing.
of difference.
They're 80 something inches tall. 2 inches doesn't make a difference.
Okay, well, Kawhi is same height as LeBron,
Yeah. And
but
Durant is the same height as Jokic. And then Steph Curry is like 6'1". Kyrie Irving's
Steph
like
Curry
6'3".
6'3".
Bradley Beal's like
Steph
six
Curry
five.
6'3".
And then
Luca,
off the bench,
Luca.
this is better. This is bigger. This is bigger. Uh, Same size, smaller.
Wait, no. Who are you comparing? Let's see. Harden and Paul George. Obviously, Paul George is bigger. Tatum, Brown, Tatum. But Simmons. See, if you put Simmons against Tatum, then Simmons is bigger than Tatum. And if you put Brown against Lillard,
Not
then Brown
really.
would be bigger than Lillard.
They're both the same size.
Wait, what? No. Let's
Even
see.
Tatum,
Then
someone said like he grew 3 inches or something like that.
I don't know Tatum's. Wait, but let me just check Ben Simmons' height and weight.
Okay, well,
Tatum.
okay, fine. You take him. Let's remove off.
Tatum's 30 pounds less than Ben Simmons.
Okay, so Julius Randle's bigger than Donovan Mitchell. Zion Williamson's bigger than Rudy Gobert. Um, I guess these two.
But Vucevic is bigger than Julius Randle though. Like
Okay,
I
and,
feel like it's just a bad comparison to make because our guys aren't in order and like they play different positions
yeah,
and stuff.
and Zion Williamson's the biggest guy here. So
Well, in terms of power, but not in terms of height. That makes sense.
We didn't say tallest, did we?
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, do you wanna do another draft with the same people in it? I guess, and just
No, not really.
all right. You want to move on to NBA Pick'em?
Sure. Let me open it.
I saw an interesting stat saying that um, Trey Young, Pascal Siakam, and who's the other one?
Is Trae Young an
Somebody.
all-star?
No, he's not an All-Star. No, he's
I
averaging
mean,
28.
that's because they who started off really good, and then they just started doing terrible.
No, they've just been shaky for the whole year. It's been
They
like
just been terrible, honestly.
they haven't been that bad. They've been 5-5 in the last
Wait,
10. They're
when
just
did the
not
Super
doing
Bowl
anything.
happen?
February, like first week of February-ish. So
Yeah,
no,
like which day?
I think February 7th. I'm not sure. Let me check. Super Bowl day. It was February 7th. No, but I used Trae Young's averaging 28 and 11. Like those
So
numbers are
everyone's averaging a crazy stat line.
no, like some of the people like Devin Booker, he's only averaging like 23, and everybody thought he was
Like
like
he
the
didn't
biggest
deserve to
snub.
be an all-star either. I don't believe he did either.
But like there's actually a lot more snubs in the East than the West. You have
No,
like you have
DeRozan deserved to be it.
I don't know, there's only like two main snubs in the West, which are Booker and DeRozan, and then De'Aaron Fox maybe. But in the East there was a lot of people that you could consider a snub. Like I don't know, maybe it's because the positions in the West are a lot more like set stone, I guess. But in the East, you had Middleton, Tobias Harris, Sabonis, Trey Young.
Middleton didn't deserve to be an all-star.
I really thought he was a lock before. Like I was reading all the analysts. Like I used to also putting in 50, 40, 90 numbers. I don't know if it's because he's with
So what?
Zion,
He's
but
still
like wait,
trash.
not Zion, Giannis.
Still trash
Like what? Why do you think he doesn't deserve to be an All Star?
because he's trash.
Why is he trash?
Compare him to any other all-star starter or even like bench player. He's worse than all of them.
Yeah, guys. I was I actually was
He's of course
surprised.
not trash. He's probably like top 50 or something, which in like 450 something players is really good, but compared to the top 20 guys, he's trash. Okay,
I was
so
surprised.
so
We was traded or something.
25th of February, so 25/2. And what
Wait,
are the
two slash
games?
25, right?
Same thing.
Okay. I don't know, just because you wrote the other dates like that. Okay. Let me check. Wait, did we make a pick 'em for the last one? Oh yeah, we did. Let me check. Let me check the winners of those games first.
It was the 5th of February, so you have to go back a lot.
Okay. The Pelicans won.
Okay.
By one. Okay. The Magic won by 4.
Yeah. And what about the Wizards Heat game?
Heat.
So I win that. And what about the Celtics Clippers?
Celtics. See you in this
I
day.
win today. Okay.
That was like the last game the Celtics won before they just started sucking. Yeah, they had 13 wins at that point, and they have 15 wins now. They're 2-8
He's
in their
still
last 10 games.
that was 20 days ago. Okay, what are the games for this day? Today? Tomorrow, whatever.
Um, yeah, let me check. Uh, okay, Mavericks, 76ers. I think the six. Actually, let's just write out the first. Magic, Nets. Kings, Knicks. Clippers, Grizzlies. Wizards, Nuggets. And Pelicans, Bucks. Who's Zion versus Giannis? I think Giannis is putting up 29 and 12 and 7.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first and pick the Sixers here.
Yeah, same. I think Luca's been trying to do as much as he can, but at some point it's
And
just
yeah, technically that's here, which you are as well. So move on. I'm
yes.
gonna pick the Knicks here, even though they're pretty garbage. I'm gonna pick them.
It was just tough. I'm gonna take the Kings to have some variance.
Okay,
I'll
Clippers
take
are
Clippers.
taking the Clippers. So are you?
I'm taking the Nuggets.
Take the Nuggets. For you, Falcons, Bucks. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Same. Okay, so one game that
Uh, okay, so it's the game that decides if you're tomorrow. Okay,
all right, yeah. Wait, what's the total tally for the amount of days each person's won for the um
I
pick
think
and
it was
challenge?
2-1, but we've done 5 at this point. We've had like one or two
I
ties.
think it's might be 4-1 then for you, or three
We've
to
had
two.
no, we've had a few ties.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So now do you want to discuss the landscape of the NBA?
Yeah, sure.
So one thing that I was thinking about today was obviously the Lakers are the best team in the West when they're healthy, but with Anthony Davis being out, I feel like they're starting to like lose their grip on the first seed, I guess. And there's a high chance that if they lose a lot of games, they could go against the
I have a
Clippers
better
and this.
question than that. Do you think this is just another thing that happens, like a premature version of what happens to LeBron teams every year, where he sort of, where people like write off LeBron teams every single year, and then they somehow flip a switch somehow and manage to win. Like it happened in the Cleveland ones. It happened last year, like in the first few games in the bubble, everyone was writing them off, saying it was the Clippers championship to lose. Even the Rockets had a better chance than them, all that. And like it happens all the time with these LeBron teams where people just write them off, and then they get like primarily due to defense and all that. But is it possible that's what's happening now, where people are all like, he's losing and all that?
I don't know. I haven't really seen that much of he's losing this year in comparison to his Cavs years, but obviously like people always just want to like hate on the best and unless the Lakers like completely go on a losing streak or when Anthony Davis comes back, they're still like losing games like at a good rate. Like if they finish with under 50 like 53 wins or something, then I might be like a little skeptical. But even that year when LeBron was the fourth seed, he still um like carried the Cavs to the finals in 2017 and um I feel like he has another co-star in Anthony Davis. It's not just him carrying the load. And if Anthony Davis is healthy, they're talented enough to just get to the finals. So you can't count him out just yet, even though the Jazz are playing pretty good this year.
So do you think the Jazz are legitimate contenders or no?
See, I feel like they're like that team, like the 2015, 2016 Hawks, where they have
They're
so
the
many good
Raptors.
players.
They're the old Raptors.
Yeah, they have so many good players. Like in the game today, I think like 7 people scored in double digits. They have like 10 guys that they could like legitimately play, but Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert aren't like good enough yet. Like Donovan Mitchell isn't good enough
This
yet, at least in my opinion.
this
To
team, this team gives me like they're so similar to the DeRozan Raptors. Like honestly, two stars who are good, not great, and a bunch of bench players. And I think I've discussed this with you before about how a good bench in the playoffs harms you because you, first of all, the good bench isn't as efficient because your bench feasts off of other teams' bad bench units, which doesn't happen as much in the playoffs because starters play more. So instead of like if for taking the example of the 2018 playoffs, instead of facing like all those trash guys on the Cavs roster, you're facing LeBron for 42 minutes a game instead of the normal 32, 33 or something in the regular season, especially if he takes games off and all that. And then you're also tempted, you see the stats, oh, look, our bench is the best in the league. They do this, that, all these things. So you're tempted to play them more when you really should be only playing um like the DeMar or Kyrie Irving as much as possible. Not Kyrie Irving, Kyle Lowry. And I feel that sort of a good bench hurts you in the playoffs in that way. You just need stars who you can give
I
44 minutes a night for.
no, I kind of get that, but at the same time, I think this team's a little bit better than those Raptors teams because um like Bogdanovich is like a really good scorer and he's able to put up 20 points per game. And then they have a they have a guy that can like guard the paint and um Ibaka was already getting old by the time he was on the Raptors and some of those teams didn't have Ibaka like before when he was on the Magic and the Thunder. And I don't know, I feel like there's something about this team. They've also gone 20 24-2 in their last 26 games, which is just insane to me. Although it's just a regular season, like they've beaten some good teams. And like I don't know if they're obviously they're not as good as the Lakers. I think the LeBron can still beat them in five probably, but I wouldn't count them out against the Clippers,
I
especially
mean,
since the
they
Clippers
don't
lost.
deserve to be contenders if you think a team can make work of them in 5 games,
I
honestly.
actually think that they could beat the Nets, so I don't know. Like
I
the
don't think
Nets,
there's no way.
I, I don't know what about. I just like even though the Nets are like this good of a team, like I think they can easily win the East. I just feel like for some reason I just feel like the Jazz are better. I feel like the West is the top three teams in the West can beat anybody in the East, but I
Not
don't
vice
know,
versa.
maybe because if you look at a team like the Nets, they don't have anybody around those three guys. Although those three guys are like the best big three in the league, and then
Those three guys can get like contributions. So sort of like if you looked at a Lakers game last year or something, somebody was dropping 20 points every night. It wasn't they couldn't count on one person to do it. One
but
night
they
Caruso would hit a few threes. Like what was his name? The guy with the long name. Uh, who can
Caldwell
hit
Pope.
threes. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he scores 20 a game. Kuzma could score
I know, but
things
the
like
Nets don't
that.
have the Nets don't
They
have
do.
that type of
The
talent.
Nets could have anybody do that once. Like DeAndre Jordan could get that with putback shots, or Joe Harris could easily score a bunch of points. Or a lot of these guys could. Jeff
No,
Green could
because
score a lot.
these guys aren't like as established. I think there's only like the Lakers. They had Caruso, Caldwell Pope, Kuzma,
Not
um,
neither of those guys are established as well. They just had like five like guys who
Rondo.
could give you 20, so you could count on one of the five giving you 20, sort of.
No, but someone like Caldwell Pope, he's probably averaging like 16 last year per game, so he's like consistent. You know,
No, he didn't. It doesn't
I can
matter.
check.
Let's search it up.
I was pretty sure he did, but maybe it was maybe I just wasn't.
I think he averaged maybe like
Oh, he only averaged 10. Dang.
9. No, that's this year. Yeah, he averaged 9 last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I don't know where I got that from. Maybe it was another guy. Wait, who was their starting? Oh, they had Danny Green.
you can just look at the teams from last year. So where's it? Standings and wait, this season. Hold on. So I'm looking for Los Angeles
I'm
Lakers.
checking the points per game. Okay, so Dion Waiters had 12 points per game.
He did not
Kyle
have
Kuzma.
12 points per game. He only joined the team late. He didn't actually score 12 points per
Oh,
game.
he only played like 7 games with Lakers. He had 12 per game for them though.
Hold on,
Kyle
25
Kuzma,
to him, 26 for them. Kuzma had 12. Case we had this.
Kuzma had
Rondo
13.
had 7. Yeah, so no one really scored a lot. They just had so many guys who could give them 20.
I guess maybe you're right, but uh, I don't know. I think that like the reason they're performing so well right now is because KD isn't on the floor and like
I think,
it
yeah,
kind of
you're right. It's
it
unfair.
gives Harden like
It's
the freedom to be the point guard.
exactly. I think it's unfair to say, oh, look, they're already beating teams like the Lakers. If Kevin Durant comes back, they're beating them by 40 or something, because that's not how it works. Like, if your team scores 120 on its own and Kevin Durant comes back and he averages 30, you can't just say, okay, we're going to score 150 now, because Durant brings 30 points per game because like someone else is taking the shots, the KD doesn't, and all that. And I
And
agree, it's better to have Durant taking like those 5 to 10 shots than someone else because he's more efficient. But it's not like that guy. It's like completely night and day between those two guys. Durant can't like. It's not like him. He's adding points. He's replacing some and then adding a few more.
yeah, um, I just feel like obviously Durant's gonna make a like an impact, but um I feel like these guys are also gonna get burned out. Like if you look at the they're not like Harden and Irving are
No,
really
actually,
resting right now.
actually, I also thought the same thing, but I remember seeing one thing. I was watching a Nets game, and one of the announcers was like, if you just look at the minutes per game, you think these guys are playing a lot. But if you consider how many games they're each taking off, so I think they were like third, fourth, and eighth or something like that in minutes per game, respectively. But they were only like 38th, 41st, and 50th
No, but
in minutes,
if you look at
total
Harden,
minutes,
like
because they take nights off.
I don't
Like
think Harden's taken I don't think Harden's taken nights off ever since like that Houston Rockets fiasco in the beginning of the year.
but still, the
Like
other two guys are. And I think Harden is. He's taking a few nights off, not many, but the other two guys are taking a lot.
yeah, I mean obviously they're a really good team. Do you think they're like do you think anybody can beat them in the East?
I mean, not really. They look too good to be beaten by the East.
See, I was like I'm thinking the Sixers because the Sixers like I feel like they have the best chance because they don't have like a solid bench. They just have those like five guys like Simmons, Danny Green, Seth
Yeah,
Curry,
that makes sense
Tobias.
that you just play all those guys 38 minutes a night. But I don't know.
But
I
at the
just think
same time, yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like the Nets can just outscore them.
exactly. I mean, do I think they can maybe win a game or two and all that? Yeah, but do I really think they're gonna like take it a seven or almost win or something?
I think
No,
you can
no.
take it to seven, but in a game seven, I don't see them. Honestly, the Sixers, like if the Sixers had beat the Raptors, um, in that game seven where Kawhi hit the game winner, like the whole course of the NBA probably would have changed. Like you never know, like if Kawhi had ended up going to the Clippers and all that stuff happened. I don't know. And would
I
Jimmy
mean, I
Butler
think he
have
would have. I think
left?
he would have.
Would Jimmy Butler leave? Because
I don't know if Jimmy Butler would leave, but I think he would have left. What's his name? Kawhi, because he left after winning a title. You literally can't do better than that. And if they failed to win a title and they lost in the second round, he certainly would have left.
no, but like he said like he delivered like the championship to Toronto, if you know what I mean. I mean, I don't know if he really cared about the city actually, because he wanted to go back home
No,
to
he
San
didn't.
Diego.
He
So
seemed too opportunistic. The way he
LA.
got to Los Angeles and he was saying it's my city, things like that. It seemed like it was so premeditated and like I don't think it
No,
was
yeah,
as much about Los Angeles. I think it was just about going getting LeBron
even
and
with Paul George, like I feel like even though he signed that extension with the Thunder, like everybody still kind of had the idea that he wanted to go to LA at some point because he's always been talking about
he
LA for
doesn't
his whole
say that.
career.
All these guys like say we'll play wherever we're from or something.
I don't know, but like it just like you saw all those reports for Paul George going to LA, right? I was like so surprised. I thought he was gonna sign with the Lakers, like team up with LeBron that off season, and then he re-signed with Thunder, and I was like so confused. And um, obviously the Lakers waited a year and got Anthony Davis, but imagine if Paul George had like Paul George didn't even give the Lakers a call. Like I don't know if he had like all this plan. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking way too ahead, but that doesn't really make sense. Because I saw reports in the Thunder, told Paul George that after a year, if it wasn't going well, they would like give him a chance to get traded or something like
It's
that,
sort
which
of like
doesn't.
a no. It was like an anti no trade clause or something. They said we will trade you if you want it or something.
Yeah, and like imagine he just had like the best season of his career or whatever, and he still wanted to get traded. I guess
That's
I don't
sort of
know.
I think why he wanted to get traded. He probably felt I can't play much better than I just did, and we're not winning, so why not leave?
Yeah, and, um, I don't know. I think like this year is one of those years where it's gonna be like a LeBron versus KD finals. It's just gonna be the same thing, and The final matchup could actually be really good. It'd be really interesting if it goes to game 7.
Yeah. So do you have
I
anything
think
else to add?
no, not really. It's just yeah.
Okay, all right then. Well, thanks for listening to this episode of the Momentum Shift podcast. Catch us in the next one. Thanks.